Good Monday morning. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still with you here. We are starting off with probably going to be the best day of the week today, as we're going to be seeing chilly temperatures. We started off with near that freezing mark this morning. That's average, and we recover to above normal temperatures for this afternoon. Now, we are going to be looking at a very fast weather pattern for this week, and as a result, little systems coming through. None of them all that strong, but it all has to do with the change of the source region of the air mass, and that is what we're going to be looking at, going from a southwesterly flow, which is bringing the moisture and the warmth out of the Gulf of Mexico the last 3 or 4 days, now back to a Canadian air mass, but this one isn't quite as cold as the brutal Arctic air that came out of Canada last week. We'll talk about that in a minute. As we go on through our day-to-day, clouds will increase from southwest and northeast late this afternoon and this evening. Lots of sunshine around, though, and we're talking about mid to upper 60s for highs. Rainfall does arrive after midnight, especially for the morning commute tomorrow morning. It's going to be a wet one. We'll hold temperatures into the 50s, and rain should be tapering off from west to east by the afternoon hours tomorrow. Upper 50s and low 60s. Again, a little bit above average for this time of year. But after this, though, our weather pattern does start to change. In fact, let's take a look at those numbers, and you can see we've got the surge of warmth coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, but the cold air has reloaded again in central Canada. Now, we're not talking about Siberian air, which was what affected us last week. It hasn't come up over the poles, although that potentially could happen by the end of the month. We're keeping an eye on that. This is just more continental polar air that we're looking at here across central Canada, and that colder air is going to find its way into our weather pattern, basically because of the way the jet stream is going to reconfigure itself. Notice, as we go on through the day today, southwesterly winds out ahead of it. That's bringing that warm air from Louisiana and Texas to our neighborhood. Watch how, though, as we go on through later tonight and into tomorrow, we get this trough that digs on through. Number one trough comes through. By tomorrow, it's already lifting off into the Canadian Maritimes. Here comes trough number 2. That swings on through as we go on through the middle of the week. We are a little concerned that potentially in a pretty good full latitude trough here, a weak area of low pressure and some wintry precip may try to break out in here late Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. It's something I'm watching, I'm concerned about. The models picked up on it last week, but the system causing that is still back in the Pacific Ocean, so I'm not exactly sure the timing on that is correct. Something I'll continue to watch and alert you to. And then as we go on through Thursday and Friday, high pressure slides in. But look, another shortwave trough rotates in here as we do head on into next weekend. So again, it's a fairly active weather pattern. The systems do remain relatively weak and move quickly. But you can definitely tell the way that jet stream is configured, pulling the southwesterly flow out ahead of that system, bringing that moisture our way. So as we go on through the day today, we will gradually see the clouds give way, and we will eventually watch the clouds win out with rainfall developing here as we head overnight tonight and then through the day tomorrow. Future track does show that fairly well here as we go through the day today. South-southwesterly winds, lots of sunshine around. Some of those high-level clouds come in here by the afternoon. We will be watching for after midnight into the early morning hours, rain starting to develop here. Again, this is going to be with us for tomorrow morning's commute. And then as the system kind of works its way off the coast, late morning, early afternoon, it does begin to taper off, although still some showers across the inland spots here that make their way off the coast by sunset tomorrow night. And then we do look for some clearing skies start to develop in here by late tomorrow going into Wednesday. Although, again, we're still kind of in between the systems here on Wednesday. So I think we see partly cloudy skies, and then we will watch for the potential of that next system in the short wave coming through and possibly giving us some problems in here as we head into early Thursday morning. Again, I'm not ready to forecast it yet. It's just something one of the models is picking up on, and I can kind of see its thinking on that. So we'll continue to alert you to that. Definitely, though, sunniest, warmest day of the week here, and then we cool back off with that Canadian air getting back into the weather pattern as we do head on into the second half of this week. Have yourself a good Monday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.